Mr. Prime Minister, this is Aditya Raj call from Times Now. You mentioned about, the SAARC leaders need to discuss in detail about cross-border terrorism. But where does Sri Lanka stand on this issue? In the sense that you did issue a statement, you condemned terror, but you know that India and Afghanistan have been victims of terrorism emanating from the Pakistani soil. And India recently conducted the surgical strike. So does Sri Lanka in a way support the India's decision of the surgical strike inside Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, and the Pakistani the terror groups in Pakistan, the Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Toiba? So do you think that they need to act against these indigenous terror groups? Thank you.
We are also a country affected by terrorism. It takes a long time. There has to be a healing process. We have looked at the overall context, and what I have discussed with your government has been, how does SAARC evolve from here? What do we do there? Then how do we ensure, as I commended the Prime Minister and the government for the restraint is shown in handling the issue. Then let us see what else we can do. That's I would say, let us look at getting things back so that there will be no cross-border terrorism in India or any other country. We've gone through it, and it's a process which will take some time. But nevertheless, if our objective is one issue is ensure there is no cross-border terrorism, get international opinion, and see how people agree, countries agree on acting on cross-border terrorism. And, that I think is the objective that your government has, and we have, and we will discuss from time to time how we are going to implement it. On the objectives, there are no differences.
So I'm Sridhar from the Asian Age and Deccan Chronicle newspaper. My question is, you mentioned that you had spoken extensively with Prime Minister Modi on the future of SAARC. What are the options on the table so far as the future of SAARC is concerned? Do you feel that it should be disbanded if this Indo-Pak hostility goes on? Or do you feel that things can be salvaged if one or two members leave the grouping? Thank you.
Well, if any member leaves the grouping, it won't be South Asia, it will be part of South Asia. I think we have to look at, as I mentioned earlier, the issues are on the table. We have to handle it, or otherwise it will become non-functional. I mean, it's not a question of someone leaving or someone joining. You have to address this, and we have to find a solution, as I mentioned, acceptable to all. Otherwise, the SAARC will become non-functional. That's the stark reality. There are other options. I mean, Sri Lanka has options which we are looking at, and I suppose others too have looked at. Sri Lanka's options, we are talking among ourselves. If it's necessary, we will talk of it. But let's first put all our effort into ensuring that SAARC carries on and the issue is addressed. If SAARC falls away, still cross-border terrorism is going to be there. It can get worse. I think in India also the first effort should be whether SAARC can continue. If not, then each country will have to look at its own options. We haven't given the ladies any.